All right, folks, it is 7 o'clock on a Sunday evening. You know what that means. It's time for the Tampa Bay Thunderstrikers. We're shooting tonight live from our studios in Safety Harbor, Florida, and we've decided to do a little bit different today. Let's be outside where the weather's nice. No hockey, but at least nice weather. What you got, Joe?
Well, good evening, everybody. Wow. Well, every once in a while there's a breeze, so that's acceptable to me, but normally I hate the heat. And it's 80-something degrees. So thank God for the breeze. We want to welcome you to the show. And, there isn't too many good things to report tonight.
No, there is not.
Unfortunately, this is our last Sunday show until, everything gets back to normal. So, if you tune in at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Sunday night moving forward, you will not see any...
Well, you know what they could do, Joe? If they could always go to CastBox or YouTube and check out our old shows, see what's been happening prior to the last show that we're doing right now.
Very true.
Thank you, Corona.
And, of course, I've started back the Tuesday show, but even that's going to be my last show on Tuesday until everything gets back this Tuesday night at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Actually, 5 o'clock. I decided to do it earlier because my roommate comes in around 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Well, also, it's past your bedtime, isn't it?
Interferes with the show. No, my bedtime is 10 o'clock. You're a few hours hours off.
I knew it was close there, Joe. I knew it was close.
The sad part is, too, that, we finished this road trip. We were just coming home, and it would have been, right now as we stood, 234 straight sellouts since March 26, 2015. These facts and their figures and their stats perfectly confirmed, and because I would never report anything that's not true.
That's right. Well, the sad part is, Joe, honestly, is that we came into this weekend with some bad news. Of course, coronavirus is in everyone's mind, COVID-19, and
it's affecting everybody.
It's been crazy. No. But the last two games prior to this put us on kind of a low, and plus we don't have Steven Stamkos.
Victor
Hedman. It's been kind of rough all the way around. So, things are looking up for us because we are in second place. Mm-hmm. We tie the league for second. In fact, we actually are third in the entire league for wins, but tied for second in points. If tomorrow they decided to have the Stanley Cup playoffs, we would definitely be there. And I think we'll talk a little bit later on some of the different things that come along with that and how it may affect us in a good way. It may affect us in a bad way. Either way, it's going to affect us as it does the rest of hockey.
Yeah, well, I got the formats. If they decide to just cancel out everything and just go right into the playoffs based on the point system.
Yes.
So we will talk about that later. Do you want to get right into the two games?
Sure. And by the way, if anyone wants to call in and say hello, questions, comments, issues, wants to talk about anything hockey, especially Tampa Bay Lightning related, or even want to express their sadness for not being able to watch hockey, which we all are. I'm hockey deficient at the moment.
Depressing.
Yeah, hit us up on Facebook in the comments section. Hey, Richard, it is the Tampa Bay Clorox Show. Or you can give us a call at 727-474-8786. That number is 727-474-8786. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah. All right, Joe, let's get into, we had our live show on Sunday last week, 5 p.m. Mm-hmm. Had a great time, met some great people, gave away some great prizes. Eddie's actually stepped up with a $50 gift certificate.
Not the first time
as
they've
one of the
done
prizes.
That either.
Yeah,
they've done it before.
They've done it before, and they really came through for us with a lot of fun. They're very supportive. We're not there tonight because, just like everyone else, we want to be responsible with this virus thing going on and self-quarantine.
But the way it's looking, I've heard that there's been reports in Ohio and several states where they've actually closed down restaurants. They don't want gatherings and groups of people.
Yeah.
And eventually, let's hope that Florida doesn't change.
Well, let's hope so. I mean, fortunately, we have a lot of outdoor areas because the weather's nice. A lot of things are open. We don't have as much close contact as some of these northern states do. But again, schools are closed.
Yep.
Of course, we've lost the major
Businesses
thing.
are
Businesses,
closed.
hockey,
My office.
baseball.
My office is closed
Yes.
for 2 weeks.
Well,
they said work from home. I
yeah.
can't work from home.
Well, I got an email that I need to work from home. Fortunately, I'm retired, and that just means I'm retired at home, which is a lot of fun for me because nothing's really changed for me at all.
But you still get a paycheck.
Oh, yes, and it's darn good.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, the state of Florida and the United States government. All right, Joe. So after our wonderful show, we immediately stayed at Eddie's and watched, along with everyone else, watched the Red Wings game. And how'd that one go, Joe? Oh, God.
Well, I'm going to throw in another positive stat before
right.
I get into the stats, facts, and figures once again. Amalie Arena, okay, in 917 games, the Bolts are 479 and 329 record. That's a .582 average. And it would have been our 480th game, but that was canceled.
Unfortunately.
So, all right. I just figured I'd throw in some positivity. And well, while I'm at positivity, this might be a break for all our hurt players as well.
Well, yeah, that's the one thing across the league which is going to help everyone. And as much as I want to say the Lightning is the best, and they are, the other teams, they really struggle. They try hard. This is a good opportunity for them to get all their players healthy so we can have a real Stanley Cup playoffs. If we're going to play it, let's play fair.
Players.
Let's get them healthy. Let's get them right, and let's all play to see really how we all do if we're all healthy. That's going to helpful.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to do, our normal regular timed show tonight. And Tuesday night's probably not going to be a full 60 minutes, but
it happens
depending on how it goes. But let's take you to the scoring summary for the Detroit Red Wing game.
Darn it! Do we have to?
Yes, it's my duty.
Go for it.
It's in my job description.
Go for it.
Okay, first period, 10-11. Detroit scored. It is 1-0 Detroit.
Loser.
We could jump on to the second period now. 11-11. Braden Point on the power play.
Yes, thank goodness Braden. Keep that power play alive.
24, assisted by Tyler
Johnson. Yes, Johnson.
Nikita Kucherov. And it's 1-1. Oh, you guys are going to miss this.
And that ended right there, 1-1. We all got happy and that ended.
Nope, not necessarily.
Well, yeah.
14:57.
My dreams were dashed.
Carter
Let's put it this way.
Verhaeghe.
Yes, Carter.
Ninth
goal of the year. Unassisted. Did a great job, great breakaway. He really showed what he's worth, and it was very impressive on how he acted, and his maturity is really picking up toward the end of the year. With the loss of Steven and some of the other players, he's really had to step up his game, and as much as I griped about him in the past, I'm very impressed with his play lately.
Well, the only reason why he was in the starting lineup was because of Mitchell Steffens, who was hurt. So Carter Verhaeghe was just a fill-in.
Yeah.
So we were ahead 2-1.
Yeah.
Punk-ass Dylan Larkin.
Loser.
1945 of the second period makes it 2-2.
Yes.
And then it just fell apart. Third period.
Loser.
141. Detroit gets a goal. It's 3-2.
Yeah.
Tyler Bertuzzi. Ooh, that last name sounds familiar, doesn't it?
Yes, it does.
424 makes it 4-2. The Lightning came back at 5:55. Braden Point.
Braden Point.
Number 25 on the season. By
Yanni Gord. I love Yanni.
4-3. And then, guess what?
I don't want to guess.
My boy.
Yes.
Patrick Maroon.
Yes, Pat Maroon. Hold on, Pat Maroon.
Number 9.
Yes.
11-19.
Yeah, but it wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good enough.
It wasn't good enough.
Assisted by Luke
Shen.
I am your father.
Yes, we love Luke.
And Yanni Gord.
Yanni Gord again steps in.
4-4.
Yeah, well.
Unfortunately, that was it for the Bolts.
All right. You ready for my conspiracy theory again, Joe?
Go ahead.
All right. The Red Wings are the worst team in the league.
Correct.
I've always said since day one this year that we play to the level of our team.
16 in a row. They both beat them.
Yes. However, we always play pretty sloppily when we're playing a bad opponent. So, who's to say that Cooper owed Yzerman a favor and said, you know what, Braden, you score a goal. Cooch, I'm sorry, it wasn't even Braden. Braden don't score. Cooch don't score. Let's let these guys have this one. What do you think? Maybe? I doubt it.
I doubt it too.
But you never know. You never know.
You don't want to be embarrassed by the crappiest team in hockey.
True, but don't forget they have our number. They know who we are. They've studied us. Their coach came from us. Half their players came from us. So, flukes happen. I hate to see those things happen, but they do. Yep. And sometimes I still wonder if maybe they just did this to give them one.
Seriously doubt it.
Well, you never know. We didn't have anything. We had no reason to win the game, to be honest with you. We're not chasing the President's Trophy.
No.
We don't need any more points. We were far enough ahead in the league. All we needed was one more win, and the Panthers have one more loss, and we were locked for the playoffs.
Well, the magic number was 11 at the end of stoppage.
Yeah. So, we're fine.
Yeah.
So what did we honestly care if we got beat by the Red Wings? Now, the next game, but I'm really not. I wasn't so sad to see, because my wife, of course, is a Red Wings fan. She's from that area. It was nice to give them a win. If they deserved it, great. If they didn't, it was nice.
Well,
I'm just going to play the devil's advocate.
I think we beat ourselves.
Well, of course we do. That's all we do is beat ourselves.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah. So,
yes.
Let's move forward.
Well, hold on. Let's talk about penalties real quick. This is kind of a new segment we've been doing is penalties, and I've got this one right here. First period was the only penalty, of course, by Miguel Sergachev. Yeah. 2 minutes for interference. And I'm really not sure where that came from because we were watching that, and we did not see interference on that. Jonathan Erickson and Bobby Fabry in the second period, one for holding, one for slashing. And in third period, of course, they get 2 minutes for cross-checking, but we get two different high stickings, one by Anthony Cirelli and one total BS. Cannot say anything good about this one. High sticking on Nikita Kucherov.
There was no.
The stick was not high.
Absolutely not.
His elbow hit the guy's chest. The guy threw his head back like he's a little bitch, and they called a 2-minute penalty as he was scoring.
That was Dylan Larkin, wasn't it?
Yes, it would have been the winning goal for us. It was an easy open net shot. Cooch had it. It went in. But prior to going in, they called this idiot ass, and I'm going to say ass tonight because I'm in a bad mood about it, penalty. For no reason.
We're not
horrible.
We're not at Eddie's either.
Well, this is true, but it's still an ass play.
That was definitely a bullshit call. There is no question about it. There is
Ron, this is your time to call in.
There is no debate. Ron has nothing to say. His Islanders, they're not doing any better. We're far from them. There's no question about that.
Yep. While we're talking here, a couple of people have joined in. Richard Mendoza has been real chatty today. I love it, love it, love it, love it.
Of course.
So Richard joined. He says Tampa Bay Clorox Show. Of course, we said that. And all this downtime is good for our injured players, which I totally agree with.
I agree, too.
And then we had Victoria and Andrews has joined in.
Good.
Tampa comes out swinging like hell from Richard. Special teams have failed them recently. Yes, that's very true.
Big time.
We have Steffi has joined in. Fran's joined in. And then Richard says, and this is the saddest part, and Richard, this is the truest thing you've said all night, is the Leafs was a must-win. This was an absolute must to establish a dominant posture. And if we had known that it was going to be the last game of the regular season, or at least before the postponement, it was definitely more than just a must-win. It was a critical win, which we did not come through on. Let's talk about that one, Joe. Yay. Loser.
Well, let me first clarify again that we did not lose that Detroit game. The referees.
Well, the referees took it.
The referees took it away.
And that's not the first time. It won't be the last.
Absolutely not.
I like what Europe is doing. Europe is actually putting lasers on their pucks and on their players, and every millimeter of play is being scrutinized in real time. And if these guys make a bad call, that call is overturned immediately.
Well, hallelujah. They need to bring that in the
We
NHL.
can only hope it comes in the NHL. They're talking about it. They're already talking about it, the laser part, just so that people, the techno geeks that do all this stuff all the time, can keep up with the games in real time, almost like a video game. They can see exactly what happens down to the millimeter.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's going to reach over to the ref staff like it does in Europe. Let's pray that actually happens. Technology is there. We need it here.
So. Let's hope so. Okay.
This is BS.
All right. So, the referees, conquered us again. And the bias towards Tampa continues.
Yeah.
Let's go with the Toronto game. No good news here either. First period,
No.
12:42. Nylander is 31st on the power play.
Yeah.
1-0 after the first period. 15:22 into the second period. Andre Palat. Number 17. Ooh, that was a low one.
That was a low one. Hold on there. Yeah, is that better?
Too low.
Good gracious. Yeah, well, here. There we go.
There you go, a little louder.
Yeah, little technical difficulties here. Actually, the me.
15:22 in the second period with Palat 17th, 1-1. But unfortunately, in the third period at 3:38, Austin Matthews is 47th on a power play.
Yeah.
So they gave up 2 huge power play goals.
Another power play goal.
And
Yay.
2-1, and you wonder why the Bolts are slipping in their penalty kill. Now
That's
let's
right.
go with Jeff with the penalties.
All right, so first period, of course, 2 on us, 1 on them. McDonough and Goodrow, 2 minutes for hooking. Rasmus Sandin actually got an interference call, which is amazing that they actually called someone else. Now, second period, they dominated the penalties. Morgan Riley got delay of game. Justin Hall got hooking. And Tavares got tripping. But we had to come up at 9:29 with our own. Blake Coleman got interference on the goalkeeper, so that was 2 minutes on us.
Mm-hmm.
Third period, of course, they calmed down and decided to do any more penalties. But what did we do? We came right out with Cedric Paquette for 2 minutes for tripping and Eric Cernak for 2 minutes for tripping. Yay, folks.
Not good.
We love to give these games away. If the refs won't take it, we'll give it away.
Exactly. So currently right now on the power play percentage, we are 5th at 23.2%. Our penalty kill has slipped down to 13th, 81.4%. And in face-offs, we are 9th at 50.5%.
But you know what?
Best face-off guy, Steven Stamkos, at 54.31%.
Steven, and then Mitchell Stevens with his 70% for a while finally started to slip. They finally figured out
not
his
even in
game.
the top 5 now.
No, he slipped out. Well, he's not
Point,
there.
Stamkos, Point, Seti, Goodrow, and Cirelli are the top 5.
Yep, they definitely they've been keeping up with it, but then again, it's just not good enough. If you can't put the puck in the goal, it's just not good enough. So that's what happens.
Yeah, it really is a shame, especially for Vasi, who just stood on his head and save after save as always.
Yeah. But again, if you don't have your D-line support, how can you expect your goalie to stop every single puck? There's some that are just unstoppable. He can't see it.
Yeah.
He gets blocked out. He's tired over and over. If you take 40 shots on goal, a couple are going to slip in no matter how good the goalie is.
Yeah.
If the goalie was perfect, they'd have to change the thing because teams would just run roughshod. There are pucks that are going to get through, and you cannot blame Vasilevsky for doing that. You blame the people that are supposed to be supporting him.
That's right.
And you can see it in his eyes. You see him sweating. You see him falling out. You see him tired because all he does is fight.
Exactly, and you don't have Victor Hedman playing, who's the one of the best defensive, if not the best defenseman in the NHL.
Yeah.
He's not there.
Nope.
Stamkos is not there. Hedman is not there. Ruda is not there.
Yeah.
The list goes on and on with our injured players.
These are big names. Now let's hope that they all get healthy between now and then.
Yes. Well,
whenever this is going to happen.
I'm sure Hedman's going to be okay. Ruda's going to get his rest. He'll be back. Yeah. He'll be ready on the when they get the call.
Yeah. Well,
so a couple of those guys.
Even Stamkos might be. I mean, I'm sure he's really working on this, trying to get back in shape. But he had surgery, so it's going to be 6 weeks. It's a while, but then again, who knows how long this is going to happen?
He's got 6 weeks left.
Yeah, yep. But who knows how long this is also going to go?
Yeah,
this could go.
Go a while.
And we've talked about this. This is not only hard on the players, it's hard on the fans.
Yeah.
And it's harder than the workers. You've got the concession workers, security,
We'll
parking.
Talk about that. We're going to talk about that.
There's so much that trickles down in the economy. And as a fan, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why. Because come August, when they try to make up all these hockey games and baseball games, because I'm a season ticket holder for the Rays too, and they're also playing football games, which I'm a season ticket holder for the Bucks. What if they're all on the same day? You know, how are my season tickets going to be reimbursed if they have a game I can't go because there's another game playing and I've got to pick which one we're going to get? Or if my wife's working, which, you know, we schedule her work around all of these games, but if they all of a sudden pop back up and have 6 games in a row in 6 days, that's just not going to work for us.
Mm-hmm.
So that's money down the drain. You know, I missed the last game prior at home because I had the flu myself and I didn't want to contaminate people. You're welcome. But unfortunately, now I missed the next one because it got canceled that day.
Right.
And I'm missing the next few, which I think one was tonight I was going to miss.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh, terrible, terrible, terrible. Woe is me, Joe. Woe is me.
I don't know what to tell you there, but at least you're feeling better.
Yeah, thank goodness. I'll tell you what, I may have had COVID-19. I may not have. But either way, I felt like horrid. I thought I was going to die, and unfortunately, I didn't. I felt like it. Yes, it would have been a heck of a funeral. I'm telling you what. They had Lightning players, and the Blue Crew would have been there popping T-shirts at the crowd. That's what I've asked for in my. If I ever have a funeral, I'm going to ask the Blue Crew to come out there and get those T-shirt guns and throw T-shirts out that say "Best Funeral Ever." You know? In lightning blue, of course.
Okay, so the offensive lines.
Yeah, okay, let's talk about hockey. Sorry.
haven't changed really, but they're going to. Because,
of course.
You know, you're going to have to figure that when Ruda comes back, he is going to be teamed up with Hedman.
Yes, thank goodness.
McDonough and Cernak are back together.
Yeah, and they're a great team. They really know each other well.
The problem here is, see, that's only 4 defensemen. Then you have Shattenkirk,
Yep.
Bogo.
Now, I'll tell you what.
Sergachev, Coburn, and Shen.
Now, I'd like to see Shattenkirk and Shen paired up again. I think Shattenkirk brings a real leadership to Luke, and they can read each other very well. Of course, you know my favorite player right now is Kevin Shattenkirk.
Well,
and he brings a good third line in.
Shattenkirk's with Bogo
yes.
right now.
And
Coburn
you know what?
I
think that basically Bogo saying is good to play with anybody, and I think so is Kevin.
Mm-hmm.
So I think between the two of them, they can make a real good team, and hopefully they'll be practicing and working out as a team together.
So that leaves Coburn and Shen out. If you
well, you know what?
You know, if you have
if
9,
it's got to be
9 defensemen.
But I'll tell you what, we might use them all the way we're playing.
This is true. Well, hopefully they'll all be okay.
Yeah.
And of course, our forwards, Palat, Point, and Cooch are the first line, and they haven't changed that. That's still on here, as well as Coleman, Cirelli, Killorn.
Yeah.
Goudreau, Steffens, and Johnson, and Maroon, Seti, and Gord.
Yes. So good lines all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Not what I had hoped for like they were in December, January.
Right.
But, I mean, we have to adapt with what we got, unfortunately.
And again, you know, to all those Cooper haters, John Cooper.
Sucks.
340
Fired.
In 8
I'm kidding.
Years,
I love John Cooper.
In 8 years, 348, 180, a .529 win percentage.
Oh, yeah.
And out of those 8, 7 in a row have been with 90 points or higher.
Oh, yeah. I mean, obviously.
You do not get rid of a coach.
I don't want to get rid of the
numbers.
coach. That's
no,
right.
You
point this way. Don't point at me.
Pointing towards the camera.
Your camera's over there.
Well, guess what? I'm pointing over here.
Don't point at me. I like Cooper. I was the one from the very beginning saying keep Cooper.
I was saying it from day one on my reports that John Cooper's not going anywhere. I was screaming in volts.
What are you going to do?
The only reason why I'm not screaming is I don't want to wake up the neighbors over here.
They don't care.
Too damn quiet.
They're loud behind me, so it doesn't matter.
I don't hear anybody.
All right, so you know the Tampa Bay Lightning, as well as everyone else on the planet, has made their statement about coronavirus. They said, you know, as a member club, we will not be playing games until the NHL, along with the government and health officials, decide the timing is right to return to the ice. It's tough and disappointing. Yeah, no shit. But it's appropriate to prioritize the safety of the fans, partners, players, and staff. They will continue consultation with the NHL, and I love this last statement. The Lightning will be making additional announcements, including regarding ticket information as details become available. We ain't heard shit, just so you know.
Yeah,
I have checked every website, message board that the Lightning runs. I think that guy's got COVID. He's at home pooping himself.
Us long-term season ticket holders, or even the short-term ticket holders, we get the same emails.
Yeah,
and the emails have said nothing.
Yeah, it basically I've gotten more from the Bucks than I've gotten from the Rays or the Lightning put together right now. It's really kind of sad. I've been told, hey, if you're a season ticket holder for the Rays, you'll get your money back for those games if we don't play them. But if you're playing an outside stadium, you got to go to them. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because I've got Phillies tickets. Well, I had them on Wednesday, and they're not going to happen. So here I am not getting my money back unless I actually go to Spectrum Field and get my money back. But they're closed, so you can't do it now.
Yeah. Everybody's closed.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's really, really sad.
Doug.
Now, how about the Lightning, though? You got to give them credit on this. You know, the Lightning are one of the teams on my list here that are going to compensate all their workers.
Well, okay. Now, hold on, Joe. That's almost a misnomer, and I hate to say it because I love Jeff Vinnick, and I think he's doing a great thing, and I think his heart's in the right place on this. But you forget about all the other ones. I mean, the security is a third party. They're not getting paid.
Well,
the parking people are third party or independent contractors. They're not getting paid. Law enforcement that's out there getting details are not getting paid.
Nope.
The only people that are actually getting paid
arena workers.
Are the arena workers themselves.
Yeah.
Even the third-party concessions are not. And, I did a little research on this because it happened at Disney. Disney is also one of those that says they'll compensate their employees. But they've compensated their full-time employees. They've cut back their part-time employees. They've immediately sent home all of their college program people forever. And any third party at Disney is not getting paid, like all the restaurants, the third-party restaurants, Darden and things like that.
Right.
They're kind of hung out to dry. Now, the problem is that you can't pay everybody. I get it. But what happens to these people? Our mass hysteria, and I'll get on my soapbox for just a second, our mass hysteria and toilet paper purchasing is doing nothing for the economy except ruining it for the people that really need it.
What does toilet paper have to do with the coronavirus?
Yeah. I mean, your people that work full-time in essential jobs, nurses, cops, firemen, Clorox, people that manufacture things like this, they're still getting paid. And I'm sure you've got some personal stories about not as much, and you can go into that if you want. But the people that need it the most, the people that are working paycheck to paycheck, barely scraping by, working part-time here, part-time there, these guys are out of jobs.
Yep.
They're sitting home with no compensation, no pay, and honestly, I hope this gets over quick because I'm praying for them. This is going to be an economic downturn like we haven't seen since 1918, and it's tough. I feel bad for everybody involved here.
Well, there's a few teams that have stepped up ever since I put the list up. Originally, my original list had Arizona Coyotes, Boston Bruins. These are the teams that are not paying their arena workers.
Well, I'm not surprised with the Boston Bruins. They just suck.
The Rat actually made a contribution towards that, though, on a separate note.
Yeah.
Buffalo Sabres.
They're not paying their people?
Calgary Flames.
Ugh. Come on, Buffalo, step up.
Calgary Flames. Carolina Hurricanes are going to.
Thank goodness.
Tom Dudden said that they are going to work something out.
That's good, at least.
They must have saw their name on the naughty list.
Yeah, of course.
Columbus Blue Jackets are not. Minnesota Wild are not. Montreal Canadiens are not.
Wait. Columbus Blue Jackets are not?
No.
They were the first ones to pull out of the season. They were the first ones to cancel their game. But they're not compensating their employees.
Not from what I got.
That sucks.
Minnesota
That
Wild.
sucks.
Minnesota Wild.
Guys are buttheads.
Montreal Canadiens.
Well, they're Canadians. What do you expect?
I find this, wow. The New York Islanders are not.
Come on, Ron, call in.
They got rich owners.
Yeah, well, I guess.
How's up with that?
Yeah, I don't get it.
Scott Malkin. I'm sure they will figure something out there. I'm pretty sure they're not going to let that go by. Ottawa Senators, St. Louis Blues, Vancouver Canucks.
Just sad.
Vegas Golden Knights with Bill Foley.
Doesn't make sense at all.
Winnipeg Jets. Wow.
Jesus. Is anybody except us paying?
Oh, man, they got rich owners on there, too.
It's really sad.
Okay, let's go to the nice list. Let's go
Okay,
to the
thank
teams
God.
that are going to pay their arena.
I heard the Tampa Bay Lightning is.
Anaheim Ducks,
Yes.
Chicago Blackhawks,
Uh-huh.
Colorado Avalanche,
Yes.
Dallas Stars,
Yes.
Detroit Red Wings,
Well, good.
Edmonton Oilers, Florida Panthers,
Of course.
their owner, Vincent Viola,
Yeah, Vincent's a good guy.
Los Angeles Kings,
Oh, good. Good for them.
surprisingly, Nashville
Yeah.
Predators.
Okay.
Herb Fritch is a billionaire. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's actually not. He's the chairman. Yeah, Herb Fritch.
Yeah.
New Jersey Devils.
No,
No.
good.
Huh.
Yes.
Unbelievable, that cheap ass Mr. Dolan himself of rags.
Amazing.
I don't give you no credit, Dolan. You're still a scumbag.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay, Flyers. Brian Roberts, their owner,
Nice.
is paying.
Nice.
Pittsburgh Penguins, Ronald Burke is paying.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
San Jose Sharks are paying.
All right.
Jeff Finnick.
Hold on. Yes, Jeff Finnick and the Tampa Bay Lightning are going to be paying their people
They're gonna be
because you
paying
know
their
what?
people.
Not only do we care about our community, we care about our players and our staff.
And Finnick is also thinking about joining a
Little
cooperation
consortium.
of other owners to
Uh-huh.
make up for the other owners that can't pay or won't pay, which is crazy.
That is so nice of him, but the problem is it should not be on his shoulders. He's got enough to worry about here in Tampa Bay
Exactly.
to have to pay for other idiot owners that will not step up to the plate. That's just sad.
Yeah.
That just shows what a
Not that they
great
don't have
guy
the
Jeff Finnick is and what scumbags the other ones are.
Toronto
Yeah,
Maple Leafs are paying,
Oh, yeah. Okay.
and the Washington Capitals owner is paying.
Well, that's nice of them. Very nice of them.
So there's the list of the payers and the payees.
Cool.
And the non-payers.
All right.
But that could change, subject to change. Carolina saw that they were on the list and immediately, I guess, reacted to that.
Well, thank goodness.
And that's
Some
as well
kind of
they
heart.
should. As
Yeah.
well they should. These people need money.
Yeah.
They need their money. They're losing their money.
All right. Well, you know, we're at the 30-minute mark. Actually, we will have passed
I was
it.
Just about to say.
Amazing. So let's talk about who's here. Linda's joined in. Hey, Linda. Good to see you. Aleski and Patrick have both joined in. Richard says he's been talking about censors and artificial officials for years. Richard, we can only hope that's the case. Valerie Lynch has joined in. As soon as we get Hedman and Stamkos back, our special teams will recover fast. Yes, Richard, I have to agree.
I would imagine so.
They're leaders in both those special teams that we can hope they're definitely going to step up.
Yep.
Paul's joined. Susan's joined. Chris Stepson joined. And Richard's back. Where were you, Richard? Hey, Bob Emmanuel says, good day, gents. Where can I get some toilet paper? I have a house, but I also
plenty.
have a shotgun. I'm protecting my toilet paper
I got
as
plenty.
much as possible. But the question still is, what are you going to do if you've got a bunch of it? You may be dead from the flu, but you'll have a really clean butt, is what I'm thinking. So
You
while
never
we're
have
on the
too
30-minute
much.
mark,
You never have too much.
this is true. 30-minute mark, we'd like to thank Eddie's Bar and Grill. We're not there tonight, but they definitely are one of our best
A
hosts.
very, very sad call I had to place.
Yes.
I called their general manager, who's a good friend of mine.
Yeah.
We text back and forth. And I told him that we were going to not participate in the show. And he totally understood.
Well, I'm sure he would. I mean, there's several things involved there. As much as we don't believe in the hysteria and the hype, we don't want to bring crowds to Eddie's that are undue. We don't want to, in case we have something lingering, to give it to someone else. And God forbid, if you get the flu, Joe, we won't know what to do because you'll be just a disaster to be around. So we don't want you to get COVID-19 by any means, because if I have it, I'm a pain in the ass. If you have it, it's just ugly at that point.
But one thing I will say
Yes.
is the amenity of working for such a great company like Clorox and being able to access all the fine products. And I will say
You
this,
heard it here first, folks.
I am not
Joe
allowed-
has Clorox products at his house.
However,
I will give you the address for $10.
I will not be selling.
He's not home right now, and his doors are unlocked.
Well, I have
Hey, Lisa.
I have a drunk roommate that'll.
Yeah, but he's drunk now. He'll never know what happened at all.
That's true.
There's one person I'd like to mention real quick.
Sure,
Her name is Debbie Cordone. In fact, she was one of the winners last week, and she won the hockey puck. I think.
You mean the contest that never went on, according to
Yes.
somebody
Well,
that was
it
in
did. Just so everyone knows, we had someone that disputed our contest, but we are both professionals, and we're both as honest as they come. We did the drawing at the last horn prior to the shootout because
Evidently
that's
they
when we
weren't
said,
paying attention.
yeah, that's when we said it was going to happen. Neither person was there to pick up their gifts.
So we called them.
However, we called them because that's what we said we would do from the very beginning. We called them.
Yep.
They got their prizes, and everybody did well.
They went to Eddie's and picked them up.
Yeah. If you weren't paying attention during the raffle, I'm sorry. But we did everything we said we would do and more. We always take care of our people. So I want to give a shout out to Debbie Cordone from Fantastic Friends of Western New York up in Buffalo, New York. She is absolutely a wonderful person to talk to.
Absolutely.
And she's also in charge of a group that gives goods and services to disabled people that need help. And she's totally a volunteer, and all their people except for one are all volunteers. They don't take money for this, but they do a good thing. So if you're in the Buffalo, New York community area, check out Fantastic Friends of Western New York. Give them a look. Give them a donation if you can, or if you're close enough to volunteer your time. I am sure that Debbie could definitely use it. She's a super girl. It was great to see her, great to hear about her programs and what she had to offer. And we definitely hope that she gets every bit of support she can get.
Absolutely.
Yeah, very much so.
You know, I was just looking in that chat room. Hey, guys, hit that like button.
That's right.
You know, we're monitoring the chats.
Well, yes, sure.
So we want to be able to see those likes and those hearts.
Yeah, we saw a bunch of them at the beginning.
Press those like buttons.
This is true. Now we know you may be homesick and you can't hear us, but you can always listen to us at any time after tomorrow when I get a chance to put it on.
Yep.
On Castbox or YouTube. Just search for Thunderstrikers and we pop up right away. You can check out the whole show in the comfort of your home, on your time, in your car, wherever you want to go. Enjoy it.
What is this I see?
What? Uh-oh.
Serious question, Keith Overman of the
You got talking to the mic, Joe.
No, I'm not. I'm just looking at the. They're saying until September.
Yes.
This may go on to September.
Oh.
Please let that not be.
Wash your damn hands, folks.
Use Clorox products if you can find them. I know they're going off the stores, and my stocks are going up because people are buying Clorox products.
Yes, this is very true, and hopefully they'll keep buying Clorox products.
Yes,
because just like everything else, my biggest concern is we wash our damn hands.
You should be every
We don't
day.
shake hands, and then when this thing blows over in a couple months, we go back to our old habits, just like we've done in every disaster, tragedy that ever happens. Americans seem to forget very quickly about these things, preventative measures, remembering things, and all of a sudden next year when it gets cold again, this is going to pop back around.
Cold?
Historically, and again, I'm speaking from research I've done, but I'm by means no expert. However, in the springtime when things warm up, these viruses usually become dormant or go away completely, only to return next year, and hopefully we'll already have a cure or a preventative measure for this kind of thing, just like we've done for everything else: polio, flu, Black Death, SARS, AIDS, you name it. We continue to do the research and have the preventative measures, but the American public doesn't seem to do the right thing and follow the rules. I saw a great meme today on Facebook. It said, now that you guys are all washing your hands again, we're going to start working on shapes and colors for the next 2 weeks. It's pretty funny, actually. You know, I came up with a meme. Everyone's talking about how the CDC has put this information out. You should check out the CDC and learn everything. Folks, if you want to learn how to wash your hands, there's a great old show called Sesame Street. I believe Bert and Ernie had an episode on how to avoid COVID-19 or anything else. Is wash your damn hands.
It shouldn't take this kind of overhyped flu to get everybody to wash their damn hands all the
Yes.
time and use Clorox wipes, baby, because it's the best.
Hopefully, Joe, I will say, hopefully that the handshake movement is going to be over.
I do the fist pump.
I barely do that. I don't like shaking hands with people because I know my hands are washed, but I know yours are not, most likely. And I've been a non-handshaker for years. In fact, I posted right off the bat, when this whole coronavirus thingy is over, I'm still not shaking your damn hand because we don't want to start this whole thing over again, which we will. Of course, don't touch your face, but I wash my hands so I can touch my face.
Yes.
Touch. Don't care about that.
All right, enough with the
All right, back to hockey.
Let's
get
into the potential. Now,
All right.
mind you, this is a potential Eastern Conference matchups. We will face the Islanders will face Boston.
Yes.
And the
Bye, New York.
Yes. Tampa versus Toronto.
Bye, Toronto.
We knew that,
Yes, but we lost to them last week.
but we can beat them.
Well, I hope so.
And we're
'cause
we're gonna be a lot better by the time that happens.
Well, yes. Let's hope.
The Caps will face Carolina,
Well, who cares?
and the Flyers will face the Penguins.
Yes. Now, this is if they don't add
If they don't-
teams
Yeah.
or do something stupid.
Yeah, because there's
or
been a lot
whatever.
of talk of putting more teams into the playoffs, making them
That's
make it.
just stupid.
Let's hope they don't do that.
Well, it's tradition. If you're good enough to make the playoffs, you make the damn playoffs. If you're not good enough to playoffs, you don't let a rule change halfway through the season, or actually midway at the end of the
There's
season.
only 12 games left.
Yeah, it's the end of the season. Don't change the rules and say, oh, by the way, that's like saying, here's our participation trophy for running a 5K.
Don't be like NASCAR.
You didn't win, but here's your stuff.
Don't be like NASCAR.
Yeah.
NHL. Don't change the rules.
Everybody's a winner.
Yeah. Western Conference.
Yes.
The St. Louis Blues would face the Flames.
Well, of course, and go St. Louis.
Avalanche versus the Stars.
Yeah.
Vegas against Nashville.
I kind of got a heart for Vegas. I hope they win and we beat them. But go ahead.
Edmonton against Vancouver.
Again, who cares?
And
Both
the
Canada.
losers out of this, who currently are in wild card seeds
Yeah.
in total points, would not make the playoffs.
That's correct.
Would be the Blue Jackets and the Jets.
Thank God. I mean,
If-
the Jets, I feel sorry for them. Sorry, guys. But the Blue Jackets, bye. Nice knowing you. See ya.
Yep. All right, so that's the brackets. Quite frankly, if you look at them, who do you get Boston to the Islanders?
Hey, Ron, what the hell? You're on Facebook. Why aren't you calling in saying hello? This is your time. More days you can actually say shit today.
Yeah, you can actually curse.
Yes, somebody sounds butthurt. Which one of us, Ron? Because we're both kind of butthurt at the moment.
Everybody's butt hurt. Right?
Low on TP, high on life, low on hockey, no sports. Here's another prediction, Joe. I'm good at predictions. I love these predictions.
Yeah.
I predicted earlier in the season that the Tampa Bay Lightning would turn around,
Yep.
start to play well, and they did.
They did.
I predicted they would go into a slump, and they did. Here's my prediction of overall. 9 months from now, with no hockey or sports to watch, there will be Corona babies popping up left and right because guys ain't got nothing else to do. That's it. You know?
Here we go.
Oh,
Boston,
sorry.
Boston versus the Islanders.
Yes.
Who do you got? Who do you got?
I got Boston. Unfortunately, it's just gonna be a kill. The Islanders just don't have it. The Bruins do, and the Bruins are gonna go probably at least 1 or 2 rounds before they're out.
Okay. Tampa and Toronto.
Hello. It better damn beat Tampa.
Tampa beat Tampa. Caps and Carolina.
I'm going with Carolina on this one. Carolina, they're strong. They're a strong end-year team. They've got their shit together. Let's hope they can really pull through.
Flyers, Penguins.
Penguins. I just like the Penguins. You know what the heck. I think the Penguins are a hard-scrapping team. They've got good players. They've got good fans. Really a lot of heart. So let's hope for the Penguins.
Okay, let's go to the Western Conference. Blues
Yes.
against the Flames. I got St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis. Unfortunately.
Avalanche versus Stars.
Stars. I'm rooting for the Stars on this one. I'd
Ben
like
Bishop.
to see him pull it out.
Ben Bishop.
Yep.
Vegas, Nashville. Definitely Vegas.
Well, Vegas, yeah. I like Vegas. Nashville.
Edmonton, Vancouver.
Who cares?
Edmonton.
Oh, some Canada team. Who cares?
Yep. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's
it
going to be
certainly will
interesting. Now, again, we have to repeat. that is only if they go through the point system.
This is true. Hey, keep talking for a second. I'm going to do my producer job and get us some more light out here real quick.
More light. Yeah, that would be good. We're getting a little dark here. We are getting a little dark. Fortunately, we got those new lights.
Well, no, we're using old lights.
We're using old lights.
Yeah, we're using up lights.
Up lights. Okay. Well, that's great. Well, it does feel weird. We're broadcasting outside, and ooh, let there be light.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks great. Yeah.
That's your damn producer right here.
I like that. Yeah, well, that's what a good producer does. I mean, you know, I've had 4 of them.
Yeah, see, when you have a professional producer, you get professional quality lighting and technical sound.
Can you believe that? 4 producers in 3 years that I've been running this show.
Well, no. You've had 3 hacks and 1 producer. This guy. That's right, Ron. Talk shit. Yes, I'm butthurt, Ron. I'm butthurt calling in. Yes. F Boston, always good to see. Toronto in 4. Probably, yes, Flyers.
Toronto in 4.
And pay your light bill, Jeff. Yes. I'll tell you, the economy's down. Can't afford my light bill. Hey, but Ron, in all honesty, I'm going to say out of school that Ron is probably one of our biggest fans. It's always a pleasure to have him here when he's in the area, to be on the show. It's always great when he calls in or, you know, gets on posting and stuff. As much as you're a pain in my butt, Ron, I love you. I hope everything's well. I know that the economy's hitting you pretty hard, and that's unfortunate for everybody involved. So
yeah.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Hitting us.
That's right.
Us hard.
Cracker sandwiches all around.
Yeah. So, you know, we're going to be getting some guys back. When this thing does come back, we're going to have some guys back. The only one that I doubt that we'll have, and again, I don't know that because it depends on how long this damn thing goes on.
Well, you know,
I'd love to have Stamkos
I know
back.
you're going to say Steven may not come back. I think he will. I think this gives him an opportunity to just constantly work out and constantly heal and get better. And he is a professional. He's done this for a long time. He's been injured a lot, but he's always come back quicker than they've always said because of what he does and the dedication he has.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we lost him earlier in the season, and it really didn't affect us that much.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to now, but I think we're actually more affected by the loss of Hedman and Shen
defense.
than we are of Stamkos.
Shen's
because
not hurt.
Well, not Shen, excuse me. But it's nice to have coverage when Steven's out. We've got Cooch, we've got Point, we've got players left and right.
Sergachev,
Sergey, Sorelli, Killorn.
Yeah, we got that.
These guys can step up
offensively.
and provide offensive play and leadership. We got bit before on our defense. We've made some changes. We picked up Kevin. We picked up Bogasine. We've picked up some people to cover our defense, but it's just not enough. And Vassie cannot do it all. And McElhaney cannot do it all. And this is where we lack. And we've lacked defense from day one. We're lacking defense now. We made some great trades on the offense.
Well, make no mistake about it. Ryan McDonough's not 100%.
Ryan McDonough's not 100%. I mean, it's just we just don't have a defense that matches our offense for such a great team.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate.
Yeah.
You know, but maybe, who knows, maybe in the next few weeks while things are down, I don't know. No one's talking. I don't know if Brandon Ice Arena is having practices. I don't know if Amelie's having practices.
No.
I don't know if there's anybody on the ice right now.
Matter of fact, I had a question that Alice, my senior vice president, she's celebrating her 4th year with the Thunderstrikers. Congratulations, Alice.
Yes.
And
That's right.
Jeff is now 1 year in the company.
That's correct. I am. I'm 1 year with this group. I love it. A lot of fun. I'm making good money. Oh, sorry. I'm making good money, which I'm not. It's a volunteer thing. But you know what? Anything for the Thunderstrikers. Because not only, and we've talked about this a million times, but not only do we do a great radio show, we also do a great thing for the community.
Absolutely.
Joe spearheads a Toys for Tots, not once, but twice a year. In fact, it'll probably be more important than ever this year.
Oh, absolutely.
Because with the economy down, kids are not going to get their gifts, and the kids that are going to suffer the most are the ones with parents who are the concession jobs and the part-time jobs And the ones that are not getting steady paychecks and work from home doesn't mean crap to them because they can't work from home.
Yeah.
And they're not going to get paid for this. And it really hurts everyone, but it hurts the kids too. So I encourage everyone in the Tampa Bay area to really reach in and donate. We're going to actually set up a PayPal account for donations right before the toy drive. We're looking for not only toy donations in the boxes across the area, and we're going to post those on Facebook and YouTube and our Thunderstrikers website, but also if cash donations are available, they're greatly appreciated. 100% of those cash donations are going to go to the Toys Drive for kids this year. We're not taking pennies out of our pockets. We're not going to use it for equipment or anything like that. All the equipment that you see here has been donated. Everything we do is donated on our own time. But the money we could get could go to these kids. Even administrative costs, we pretty much eat all the administrative costs every year. We're hoping for some sponsors next year to absorb some of these costs. However, if they don't, we still will have the show, and most importantly, we still will have the toy drive, because that's what is important to all of us in the Tampa Bay area. We take our cue from Jeff Vinnick, and we take our cue from the Lightning. These guys reach into their pockets every single game. $20 million has been given by Jeff Vinnick himself to local area charities.
Exactly.
Every game's $50,000. You can't beat that, folks.
Nope.
We are fortunate to live in the Tampa Bay area, to have so many awesome sports, have spring training, have hockey, professional baseball, professional football, XFL, all these other soccer. We have all these things around to entertain us, and there's some people that can't afford to do these things. And
Not
what
right
we
now,
need to do
especially.
is give to those people. So, folks, I'm asking, I'm begging, I'm pleading. When summertime comes around, we'll be announcing this on our shows and everywhere else we can. When we start the Christmas in July toy drive, please consider giving of your time to volunteer with these boxes, to the toys, to the delivery, to cash donations if you can. It's greatly appreciated. Sorry, Joe, I'm on my soapbox again.
CDC,
Hey, Daryl.
they're saying CDC just said it recommends no gathering of 50 or more people for 8 weeks.
All right, that means only 48 people can watch this show right now.
Look at Ronnie. That I agree, Ron.
Well, Ron, I have to agree also because, yes, I don't know how I did it, but I fell backwards into retirement. Professionals. Yes, Ron, I got good jokes. A raised professional. Here we go. We're not going to talk about that, but I will say that in my career, I was fortunate to kind of fall ass backwards into retirement. When I was young, I didn't think about retirement. I didn't set up a 401k or put money in anything. I did little things here and there, and I bought CDs, and I'm talking compact discs. I'm not talking about CDs in the bank. But being a government schlub worker on the streets of Orlando and Fort Lauderdale and on the streets of Kabul and Kuwait and Jordan and all that, I was able to get a pretty nice retirement. And I thank the government for that. I pray to God that they don't change that and take my money away. But hey, aren't we talking about hockey?
Yeah, we
Oh,
are.
yeah, I forgot about hockey. This is one of those Jeff Goes on Tangents day. Oh, my God. Well, the sad part is, Joe, we don't have a lot of hockey to talk about because there's nothing going on right now.
Well, we managed to cover most of the hour.
It's been great.
I had a couple of pagefuls.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, I'll tell you, it's always a good show.
Always.
I like working with you because we have a really good relationship here. We love hockey. Just love it. You love the stats. I love the behind the scenes.
We are a real sports show.
Yes.
A real sports show.
There's another sports show out there, which I'm not going to mention, but it's crazy.
Real equipment.
That's right.
And loyalty to the host.
Yes, very much so. Loyalty to the co-host, too.
It's anybody can try to put stuff together and make it work. But I'd like to think that we have a ton of experience here. We know what we're doing. We know how to do it. I've been doing this for 3 out of my 5 years, running this organization.
Yeah, but plus even before that, Joe, you did a lot of correspondence stuff for the hockey.
Yeah.
Not only hockey, but especially for the Lightning. You've been around it for a long time. You've been a season ticket holder for a long time.
Yeah.
You've worked with a lot of professionals in the radio business. I was actually a radio DJ back in the day. So we've got the experience and the knowledge to do this. We've tried to teach others. We've spent a lot of time, effort, and money trying to teach others to do this, and they've either just disappeared or broken off into their own, I don't want to say show because it's not that. It's two guys in front of a phone talking like idiots, but what are you going to do? I really want to commend you for the work you've done this season and all around. We've definitely given quality shows here in Palm Harbor, at Eddie's, at Snappers. We've definitely expanded the operations, and it's oh, who's talking now? What'd you say, Ron? Why are you saying Ron? No, Ron. That's only when you're on this. We talk about pocket pool or rolling dice. DJ Round Man. Joe, I'm really upset that he's saying this about you. They're calling you DJ Round Man because that's really sad that he would say something like that.
It's funny he says Jeff on it though.
Especially coming from Ron. Jeez, Ron, don't you have an accent to go and butcher? Don't you have some Islanders to go cry about? I don't know. Yeah. Most of us are sad that hockey's not being played right now because especially our Lightning is doing so well and missing out. But the Islanders must be cheering in the streets that hockey's been suspended because they don't have to endure the slaughters that they get and the tears that flow from all the Islanders fans constantly.
Well.
Sorry, Ron. You started it.
Well, it is what it is. So, I'm pretty sure that this is not going to keep going on on the island. I mean, they are a good team. It's just, they picked a hell of a time to go in a slump, and Grice has been horrible, and Ronnie knows it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the sad part is that a lot of teams went into slumps this year. In fact, we did ourselves. Hopefully, we can pull out of it, but who knows?
Yeah, but you know what? That was last year that we choked. There's no guarantee that we're going to choke this year if we ever play again. We have dominated Boston 3 out of 4 games, and it's only because of that they won that one game.
This is true.
The refs dominated Boston.
Look at if we go back and research every single game, how many games have been lost by the refs to the Lightning this year? A lot. I don't know what it is between the refs and NBC, who refuses to say anything good about the Lightning, no matter how good we're playing.
That's the biased network.
It's the most biased network I've ever seen. In fact, you don't even watch it with sound anymore.
I don't.
I listen to
the
Dave
turd.
Mishkin instead.
I don't listen to that turd Milbury.
Yeah. I mean, I listen to JP and I listen to Dave Mishkin, and I love those guys. They're both professionals. Yeah, exactly. And they're Lightning fans. And it's almost fun to listen to another affiliate sometimes, other than NBC, talk about the Lightning because they're like, oh, we're going to get beat. Well, we're going to try real hard. Well, we lost. And, they're almost okay with it because they know that they're going up against one of the best teams in the league. Not NBC.
Yeah.
Not the refs.
So, you know what? The Boston Bruins can say that they're the best team in hockey right now. But, who their daddy? Who is their daddy? We should have swept them all 4 games if it wasn't for that ref.
Yes, and Ron, if you had been listening from the beginning of the show, we actually admitted that we are choking against lowly teams this year. We play to the level, and I've said this since October, we play to the level of our opponent. And it's one thing that the Lightning just cannot seem to get over. They don't get it. I'm not sure if it's a mental block, if they're just not playing as hard, if they think they can just skate through this, literally. Mm-hmm. And Cooper, come on, guy. I love you. You're one of my favorite coaches of all time. In fact, one of my favorite coaches on the Lightning of all time. But you've got to get these guys to play to their level, not the level of the opponents.
Well, you know what? Special teams are to blame for a lot of these losses.
Very true.
That falls on Halpin.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things that we noticed during the game. Kucherov and Halpern were going back and forth. Did you see that?
Yeah, very much so.
Yep.
And again, we've talked about this before. Yeah, I saw it. You want to blame Cooper,
Paulie Shore.
but you really have to blame the other coaching staffs because Cooper can only do so much. He can only handle so much. That's why he has assistant coaches.
Exactly.
Now, these guys, if they can't cut it, they need to be cut. And I'm sorry if you lose your job, but if you're not doing your job, you don't need to have your job. All right, so it's 8 o'clock, Joe. I will say this.
Wow, 8 o'clock
please,
already.
all my fans, it's amazing. All our fans out here, please tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies. Get them on the Thunderstriker page. Yeah, we're going to be down for a little bit, but you never know when a show's going to pop up. I may call Joe one day and say, Joe, I got the setup. Let's go. And we'll just have a, hey, sports is gone, but let's talk show. Who knows? It definitely will not be happening next Sunday unless a miracle happens and we start playing hockey again. But you never know when it's going to pop up. We definitely rely on our fans. We love the feedback, even from Ron. And, yes, we love to hear from you guys. We love to know you're on the show, that you're enjoying it. Please, please tell your friends. Listen to CastBox. Listen to YouTube. And have a great night. What you got, Joe?
Well, all I got to say is, tune in Tuesday night because I'm going to be, doing
alone.
A show called Everything Lightning.
Yes.
Which I'm going to do everything on. And Tuesday nights, unfortunately, Jeff can't do Tuesdays.
No, unfortunately.
But we had to replace the Tuesday show, and I can't do it just one night a week because I'm a fanatic for this stuff.
OCD comes to mind.
I spend so much time, studying facts, figures, stats, and everything. So I got to do it more than once a week. So we're going to have 2 shows a week back. It's just, Tuesday will be the last show for the Thunderstrikers Live until, we get some news and we can report news. So unfortunately, we're going to go off the air for a little while after that, but hopefully it'll be short term. And, you guys will be able to get the Thunderstrikers Live shows back. And we love doing the shows. I want to thank my producer for his great job. And, we'll see you soon. I'll see you guys on Tuesday night.
Sounds good. All right, Joe. For Joe D'Angelo and Jeff Snyder with the Thunderstrikers, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And we can't wait to be on talking to you again soon.
Get your Clorox products, and don't forget that TP for the bunghole.
That's right. All right, folks. Good night.
Good night, everybody.